Okay guys, get a redneck. This is a '02 Honda Odyssey 3.5 V6. Yesterday I had all this off. This is the throttle body, and it has the idle control valve on the bottom of it. So I took all this off and cleaned everything. It was nasty. It had so much carbon buildup in it, it was stupid. This little guy here goes this way. Goes up here like this. I just removed this. So this here is the throttle body, air intake, whatever you want to call it. This gasket goes in between the intake and that plate. So see here, all this carbon buildup. These are the ports that allow fuel into the cylinders. There are carboned up. So I took this plate off. Bottom side of this plate. All of this is carbon buildup in here. All of this are tunnels supposed to be clear. These, so here. So the reason why I'm doing this is I had a po1399 po1399 random misfire code, and it showed cylinder 3, 4, 5, and 6. 4 cylinders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As you can see, there's a tunnel in here. Let me grab a screwdriver. Where's the screwdriver at? Just use the screwdriver. As you can see, there's a tunnel here. Can you see that? Yeah. So there's a tunnel that goes to this port. It's zigzag shaped. Zigzag shaped. Sometimes I'm surprised it didn't pop up catalytic converter stopped up code, because this will do that. All of this has to be cleaned. This will cause a catalytic converter stopped up code, misfire code, because your cylinders here, there's one over here somewhere. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You might think this is a gasket. It's not. It's all exhaust carbon buildup in here. So I'm going to clean all this really good, like I did the air intake, the throttle body. Get these all cleaned up. Get the gasket cleaned up. Let's grab this straw here. So I done clean this one here a little bit, but as you can see, this is where your fuel goes into, your fuel and air go into your cylinder. It's like, I guess you could say, fuel injection, but these guys are completely built up with carbon. You see that? So that's how big the hole's supposed to be. And it's a pretty decent size hole. This one is completely clogged up and has a little bitty hole right there. This one's pretty bad. That one's pretty bad. This one is really bad. This one wasn't too bad. But that one, as you just seen, was completely no bueno. And all of this has to get cleaned up. Grab the light, shine down in there to where you can see. I bought this van for $500. It was blowing oil out everywhere. So the oil filter mounts to the block down there. The seals were bad in it. That fixed that problem. It hadn't ran in 2 years. I knew the spark plugs in it. Did battery terminals. That ground line goes down to the transmission. It was arcing off on the starter wire. Big arc, like a welder arc. So I replaced that. Spark plugs, put new oil in it, new oil filter. That stuff is down here. Down the tire. Let's see if we can get past this tire. Right there. So that right there, it has 3 different seals in it. You pull that whole oil filter system off. There's 3 bolts, 1, 2, 3 bolts that you pull, and that comes off the bottom of the block. And that's your oil pump. Your oil filter hooks to your oil sending unit, all that. So I took that off, replaced those seals. It's like $30 for all the seals, maybe 40 after taxes. Got the oil pressure sending unit I replaced. It's like $15. Oil filter and oil change was like $30. Plugs was like $65 after taxes. And intake cleaner was, but yeah, this is bad, guys. This is causing my misfire because I'm not getting my fuel into my ports because of all of this carbon. So this is my project for the day, is clean all these channels in here. And as you can tell, they're pretty deep. So this one's completely full. The gasket is still good around the edge, but I gotta clean all this. My best bet on this is probably going to be screwdriver. Putty knife is here somewhere, right here. Putty knife. These guys. I got a smaller screwdriver too. But as you can tell, these are just full. Yes, I've been working on this for a couple of days. I got it home day before yesterday, worked on it all day yesterday, pulled the throttle body off of it, the idle control valve, cleaned all that up really good. I gotta go get more cleaner, throttle body and air intake cleaner. It's just no bueno. No bueno. So that's what I'm working with over the weekend. So today is, I believe it's Wednesday. Yeah, today's Wednesday. Yesterday was Tuesday. So over the weekend, so I went and got this. And I think today's Thursday. Anyways, I went and picked this up Tuesday because I was super late for work and didn't go to work. So I went and picked this up Tuesday, did the title transfer, drove it home. It ran like straight crud. Ran straight like this, crud. I got it home, 70 miles. And I've been working on it since. The side doors on, so this is what I worked on yesterday, is side doors. This side door wasn't opening at all. As you can see, it opens and closes now. So there's a track behind this. You have a bolt in here that goes here, and then you have to take the tail light bolts loose, and there's 2 screws that come off, and then you slide this whole thing back, boom, and there's 3 clips back here that this metal slides onto. Well, one of the clips was busted off the rail right here on the end, the track rail, whatever, and this one up here. So this end was out, and this end was out, and it created a big bow here, and this, it's on the back now. This piece was hitting on this. See how close it is to it? So I took out the welder, spot welds, drilled out the spot welds on that. And this one right here, can you see that? This one right here was busted. So when the door went to back up, that hinge piece was hitting on this, and it wouldn't allow it to close back. Wouldn't allow it to work. So I pulled all the plastics out of this side. It works. This is why I pulled all the plastics out. It works, but as you see here, it's not sucking in. I heard it click. It's about to shut off. Okay, so the motor's weak. In order to get to that motor, you have to pull all these plastics out. All that stuff. There's a air tube that goes here for the rear heater and AC. There's a plate with like 8 little screws in it. You gotta take it off to get to the motor. So that's accessible. But this is the issue I'm running into. As you can see, it dumped all the oil out of it yesterday. And it was just one bolt was loose down there. It was actually the oil sending unit. But this is today's project, is clean all of this. Over the weekend, the shed collapsed. This section of the shed collapsed. So the roof collapsed in. So that piece of metal on the side and that metal back there is what used to be the roof. So the roof caved in, and when the roof caved in, the wall caved in. It was a mess. So that's what I did in the rain. Saturday, Sunday, finished it off Monday. I still got some work to do to it. Monday I basically cleaned all the crap that was inside. It's a disaster zone here. There's a bunch of trash and stuff in there from where the roof collapsed, of course, and it got destroyed. It rained all Saturday and Sunday. So that's what I got to do. And then I went and caught this Tuesday. And I've been working on this since Tuesday. Yesterday was Wednesday, so yeah, today is Thursday. I had appointments yesterday. So I might do a video once I'm done with this. Clean it all up, put it back together. These are all 10mm bolts all the way around. There's 2 nuts on the studs. This was all 10mm bolts. 2 screws on the bottom held the so mass airflow, 12mm, 12mm, 12 down here, and there's another one on the corner. You gotta take this tube and air box out. You gotta disconnect this. There's 2 screws that hold the throttle on. I'm gonna take this loose. There's another hose down there that you have to take loose right here. You gotta take this hose loose. You gotta unplug this. You don't have to unplug that, but in order to get the wires out of my way, I unplugged this down here, this here. I did all of those. I should have done a video. It was super nasty. I took a wire wheel to it. Put a new gasket on it. Fixed the cracks in this. Put a new air filter in it. And yeah, got that all cleaned up. And put back on. And then I crunk it up. I guess the 80-mile drive, the bolt backed out a little bit because it didn't leak no oil on the 80-mile drive home. 70-mile, whatever it was. Anyways, hour ride home on the interstate. Whenever I went to take it for a test drive yesterday, and then today it hit the code. So I put a little bit of oil in it, found the bolt that was loose, tightened it up, checked it. It's not leaking oil, filled it back up. Now this is my job for the day. Hopefully I will have this thing running tip-top shape. I done checked all the coils. All the coils are good. These guys, coils, overhead coils are good. All 6. Has brand new plugs in it. So I cleaned all the plugs up on the coils. So yeah, that's all good. This is the problem. Alright, get a redneck out.